Well, good morning.
Good morning.
You wanted a different bench. Here we are.
We've got one, yeah, exactly. We're on the Gruffalo. Well, the Gruffalo, I'll show you Gruffalo in just a wee moment or two, but it's standing there right in front of us, kind of, scary.
Well, it's a great place to be. I mean, last week we were talking about parables Jesus told.
Yeah.
And you can't be on this Gruffalo trail, very much inspired by one of our greatest children's authors,
who lived in Bear's Den.
Who lived in Bear's Den. And I mean, my mind immediately goes to, what would Jesus have made of it? And I'm sure he'd have found many, many things around to tell stories about.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's true, because I remember reading these stories to my daughter, the Gruffalo and the Room and the Broom and all the rest of it. Yeah, if only Jesus could use parables in rhyme.
Well, we're on the Gruffalo bench, aren't we? Because we've got the owl here. There's further up. There's the Gruffalo child, and there's the snake and the squirrel and all that.
All the rest of it. Yeah.
And of course, what the Gruffalo in particular, what Julia Donaldson did was she took an old Chinese folk tale.
Was that what it was? Really? I didn't know that.
And the idea of the whole story, but she does this a lot. I mean, I think one of my favourites is Stickman, which is almost like the Odyssey, isn't it? Do you know it?
I don't. It's the one she did. Yes. Yes.
And Stickman, I mean, it's got this feel of this huge journey just to be back with your family. And I thought, gosh, that's. It's almost prodigal son territory.
Well, but that's the thing. I mean, we always think Jesus was a great storyteller, and he was, but he didn't always invent his stories.
No.
He was retelling other stories, and there's quite a few of them in the Bible that are retell. And even in the Old Testament, you've got 2 or 3 versions of the one tale, because they're such important tales that we just retell them in order to fit the context again. Because I heard someone, I can't remember who it said, truth is not fact. Truth is story.
Yeah.
And I think that's really important to us in the West, where we always think that facts are always so important, but actually that's not the truth.
Yeah.
The truth is the story. What the story says and expands and opens up for us. Yeah.
And it's interesting when you're thinking of the Bible, right at the start, we have 2 different versions.
Well, bang right next door to each other.
Story,
yeah, exactly.
And they're right next door.
Yeah.
And you get this idea, don't you? I think what was supposed to be happening was Moses and all of the Israelites travelling across the desert and filling up their time by telling these stories about their forebears, who they are, who they were, why we're here now. And that's a great thing that stories do. And I mean, somebody like Julia Donaldson, any story writer, I think is trying to get to grips with who we are and what we're doing and why we're here and what's it all about.
And the big story is the Exodus, in Babylon, whereas the version of the Bible we've got now is what was written and retold when they were in Babylon to give the meaning when they were in exile.
Yes.
So all the stories we've got of the wilderness years and the Exodus is a reinterpretation, so that when they're in their own exile, they understand what's going on or try and make meaning out of it. It's a great
thing, and I think both of us would be very quick to say, never overlook, never underestimate the power of storytelling. Even if you're sort of going out, somebody asks you to explain your faith. Very often it's by telling a story or relating something that's happened to you. Not trying to be deeply theological about it, but just, actually sort of telling a story. It's
exactly. That's all you need to
way.
do. That's because it's all wrapped up in that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Favourite stories do you have?
In the Bible?
Yeah. There's some. See, the thing is, when you think of that, you go, "Oh, David and Goliath," but it's bloodthirsty. Noah, everyone gets killed.
Yeah, I know. Oh, well, you could. I mean, there's lots of. The Book of Judges isn't exactly a laughing
classic,
minute.
Yeah.
Agatha Christie used one of the stories in the Bible as one of her murder mysteries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the Judges. I won't tell you which one because it'll give it away.
Who done it? Well, Joshua.
But I think, of the Old Testament, I mean, I love the way it's written, the story of the fiery furnace and Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego. And if you're in our church, we sometimes read it out as part of, it doesn't sort of come in our main services, but very often in evening prayer.
Right, okay.
And you read it out, and you were talking about writing in rhyme, and this is, that's got rhythm.
Yeah.
You know.
And sometimes we miss all these things because we've translated it. But the Hebrews really had a sense of rhythm and rhyme, etc. in the Psalms as well.
Yeah.
We miss all that out.
And you see if you can remember that list of musical instruments that they weren't allowed to play. It's quite a long list, but it's fun, isn't it? Do we forget? We're talking about this, and we were saying to some degree last week as well with the parables. They're not supposed to be miserable morality tales.
No,
there is some element of fun that then pulls you up.
There is
and
humour
makes
in them
you
completely.
Think,
that's right.
Good grief.
And the other thing is that they're not there to be read. They're there
Again,
to be told. And because and the way you tell them, and they're allowed to be embellished a wee bit to bring the meaning out and find the context and
and that's how I came to love those, and even, I mean, you were saying just before we started about reading the Gruffalo. And reading it out loud.
It's designed to be read.
That's what it's for.
Yeah,
That's how I came to love books as a child, because they were read. I wasn't just given a book and told get on.
So maybe we need to get rid of the pew Bibles.
Yes.
And just let people to listen to the story being read.
Yeah.
Talking of the Gruffalo, let me just...
We want to prove where we are. We just want to show you.
We'll turn this round. There you go. See? There it is.
There it is.
And here we are. Can you tell the difference?
Don't all answer at once.
And on that note.
It's great to see you from the Gruffalo trail.
Indeed. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.